I've been a long time Apple user. The way the software works together, the ecosystem, copying things on my phone, pasting on my laptop. There's a really nice set of quality products that work seamlessly all together. But for my work, I really feel like Apple is dropping the ball when it comes to things to help developers get their work done at a professional level. If you haven't heard, Microsoft Build just happened in Seattle and they released an onslaught of technical, developer-focused, business-focused products that really appeal to people like me, probably people like you, who are developers, creators, that I think we should really take a look at and ask ourselves, is Apple helping us or hindering us in this new AI-driven world? And it's given me a lot to think about, so let's dive into it. Underpinning all of these announcements is this idea of an open agentic web where basically everything is connected and talking to each other and built using AI and having AI orchestrate all of these tools. And I kind of agree with Microsoft. That's generally where we wanted to get to, this interconnected ecosystem of applications, and to empower people who don't know how to write code and to further empower those people who know how to write code is a really exciting future. First of all, Copilot has just been made open source. Now, this is not a subscription-based AI Copilot. This is the technology enabling Copilot to work inside of VS Code. VS Code has always been open source, but the actual chat is not open source. So if you fork VS Code, if you do anything with it, you get an AI chat agent infrastructure out of the box for you to then plug in your own AI through an API key or some sort of integration. OpenAI must be kicking themselves paying $3 billion for Windsurf. This is huge for developers and represents Microsoft's commitment to technology and developers, more so than it ever has before. WWDC is coming up, and I could not imagine something further from what Microsoft have just done. They're really setting a baseline for the technology that drives our future. And what are Apple doing? They're releasing some higher quality cameras and a slimmer phone. Like, it's so consumer focused, which again is fine for my personal life. And I know WWDC is a developer focused conference, but it always seems to be focused on Swift developers or developers that directly benefit Apple's ecosystem. Never there's anything for me as a web developer or really any developer that doesn't contribute towards Apple's specific ecosystem. I work up to 18 hours a day sometimes on my laptop. Apple is the driving force behind my business, and I need something better. If I'm missing out on things that make my life a lot easier, a lot faster, just because I'm committed to an Apple ecosystem, that puts me in a really, really difficult position. Let's go through some of the other stuff that Microsoft announced, and we'll discuss how I, as a web developer, a software developer, can really benefit from this. I mean, it's no surprise at the moment, I've been releasing a lot of videos on AI and this agentic future. We call it the agentic future of coding, which basically is an agent doing a lot of the work. It doesn't replace us, and there's plenty of discussions around this. We are merely the shepherds of the AI, making sure it's doing the right thing, it's building things in the right way, and not letting any security flaws fall through. And OpenAI just announced Codex, which I'm really excited for, but Microsoft have also just announced this, being able to go into GitHub, which pretty much every developer uses, and just assign a coding agent to that. That ecosystem has already started to flourish, whereas OpenAI, I'm granted you've got to link GitHub and all the rest of it, but you can start to see how just because Microsoft owns that entire stack, they can build in features that OpenAI can never dream of. And the fact that Sam Altman was there in the keynote, essentially promoting this service which directly rivals OpenAI's. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this goes to show that Microsoft are kind of supporting the technological landscape rather than trying to monopolize it. And it's definitely a world that I want to get into, the MCP stuff, but you've got Copilot Studio, which enables you to build tools that run my business from a developer mindset, which is a really interesting dynamic, which I'm quite excited to approach. I'm sort of pressured into running business in a very methodical way, whereas as a developer, I have all these tools, I have all this ability at my disposal when I approach my business from a developer mindset, and Microsoft just seems to be able to do that using Copilot Studio. Actually being able to code and build agents with Copilot Agent that ingest documents from across my business as well as resources from the web and things like this is a really exciting prospect to me. And actually launch these agents is a business opportunity that I've not really considered before. And what Microsoft have kind of done here is they're pushing my imagination further than I thought it could go. What things I can build and how I can scale and grow my company. And Apple have never really done that for me. Microsoft are pushing me, making me dream bigger when it comes to my business and my work. All that being said, I think what I would like to see is that a lot of the examples Microsoft gave, they're very much enterprise level capabilities, far beyond kind of solo devs or small teams. And even though they're making these tools free, there's this middle layer that's not really been met that makes it more approachable to start deploying apps on Azure. Overall, the integration, the dedication and support of developers and the future that they paint is a really optimistic future that I am involved in, and Apple just do not seem to have any kind of vision there, nor are they releasing anything that shows any promise that they're a part of my future or our future as developers and technical people. Again, probably fine for the consumer stuff, for this agentic future that we keep dreaming of. I think Microsoft is there, but I'm not quite sure. So I want to know your thoughts. Let me know. How do you feel about these announcements? Do they excite you? Do you feel like that Apple are falling behind? Do you think they've got something up their sleeve for WWDC? Let me know. I'm still trying to figure all this out. But who knows, in the next video, you might see me using a Windows laptop. Anyway, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to all my Patreon members, and thanks to you for watching to the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.